Hi, welcome. This is so exciting. I was just getting into the groove of that great music. Well, welcome to the preview event. This has been a moment I've been so looking forward to because really the art instructors for the Craft Center are the heart and soul of the Craft Center. I just gave a virtual tour that talked about the space, and to me, you know, really this is the event where you get the real sense of what the Craft Center is all about. I really am so honored to be working with this group of artists. They have been through a wild ride with me of like, we're on again, we're off again, we're off again, we're on again. It's going to be virtual, it's going to be semi in person. Who knows what's going to happen? They've been incredibly creative, incredibly flexible. And I'm just so pleased to be able to introduce them to you guys today. One of the things about the old Craft Center, some of you may be familiar with the fact that we had a Craft Center on campus that was started in the 1970s that was built by artists working together with academics. And the new Craft Center 2.0, was really designed in collaboration also with artists in mind. And many of them are here on this Zoom. They really helped the architects and designers create functional teaching and crafting spaces. So really that the students and instructors, everyone that's part of this unique creative community can really benefit from this space. And to me, one of the big things to celebrate is the fact that UC San Diego really has committed to creativity, and they put incredible resources into this 11,000 square foot making space where we're gonna eventually get in and first have a dance party, and then we're gonna have classes. And it's in the heart and soul of the new North Torrey Pines Living and Learning neighborhood, which is the newest, snazziest space on campus. And so we're not tucked away in any little corner. We are front and center, and it's gonna be an amazing space where all of these incredibly talented people are willing to share their expertise and their passion with you. And I'm going to tear up because they mean so much to me and they've been so great. But before I get too sentimental, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to call on each one of them individually and invite them to tell us who they are, what their specialty is, what they teach, and maybe some thoughts, if they have any, about the reemergence of this making space, the Craft Center 2.0 on campus. And with that, I'd like to start with Maharani Peace. If Maharani, you don't mind unmuting yourself and just introducing yourself.
I'm Maharani, Maharani Peace Hall, and I am an Afrocentric, abstract, found and recyclable artist. The stuff that I'm going to teach is really like an intro to art, because I believe we're all artists, but we don't all know we're artists. So I try to get people to get their hands in all kinds of art and see where they thrive at. So I'll be doing really interesting intro art stuff. I don't know if you can see some of the that I've got here, to get people in touch with their big selves. And I'm really excited to be a part of it. So I hope to meet most of you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Maharani. Have a good day. All right. Tara, would you like to introduce yourself next?
My name is Tara Magbu, and I will be teaching jewelry classes at the new UCSD Craft Center. And I used to teach at the original Craft Center. I was a part of the old Craft Center in 2000. I started, and then I started teaching there in 2008 until it closed in 2012. So I've been working a little bit with Helen on trying to bring the craft center back. So of course, this means a lot to me. So I'll talk a little bit about what I'll be teaching, which is shortly after this. I'll be teaching a Kumbu class. This is just some examples. I know these are a little bit small, but what the technique is that you're fusing pure gold onto silver. So it's a great way to add little gold details without the expense of fabricating something entirely out of gold. This is another example of something that I'll be showing. And then I'll also be teaching some other classes that don't require a lot of equipment. For example, I'm going to be teaching this statement necklace class using felt. So we're going to be doing some techniques in wet felting and dry felting. And this is also like a beaded necklace that we would be making in the class. And then also, this is super fun, is using shrinky dinks. So we'll be using recycled plastic to make jewelry. So that's super fun. And so what does the craft center mean to me? Really everything, honestly. I think it's so important for people to have this creative outlet. I think it really benefits people, and it honestly makes us better people. So I think having the craft center back in San Diego really fills a hole in the community.
Oh, right on. Right on, Tara. And one of the things I just wanted to make sure people knew is that these artists are the top of their game. And one of the frustrations with sort of rolling this out during a pandemic is that we're having to do things in smaller spaces with limited supplies. And, really like asking people like, amazing fiber artists who normally do very complex tapestries, we're asking them to do, sort of kindergarten weaving projects, essentially. So, some of the things, the challenges that we've had to do is to try and be creative with limited access, limited materials. And, like Tara's been incredibly creative about, using recycled plastics to do the shrinky dink projects and things like that. So thank you, Tara.
Sure.
Great.
Great.
Yay, bye. We'll see you soon. All right. Ellen, would you like to introduce yourself next? And perfect. And just remember to unmute yourself. Perfect.
Hello, my name is Ellen Fager. I'm a potter. I work in clay. I taught at the Old Craft Center, and before that, for years, I was a studio member there. So I'm really looking forward to having that kind of community back again. All the different craftspeople working in different media and people working at different levels. It's just a really exciting, rich environment, and just the freedom to make things with all sorts of different equipment and so on. It's wonderful. I'm hoping to teach general ceramics classes, and also I have in mind a thrown and altered class. I'm mostly a wheel worker, but I don't like to keep things round. I like to do things with thrown components. I have some pieces here, like this one is, what would I call it? Extreme paddling. I think I've covered it.
Sounds great, Ellen. Welcome. I can't wait to get you back in and on our 20 wheels that are getting delivered sometime next week.
Oh, wonderful.
I'll send you photos for sure. Great. Nancy, would you be up for unmuting yourself and introducing yourself?
Okay. My name is Nancy Barber, and I am a ceramic artist. I like to make my work on the wheel throwing, and then I often alter it, like Ellen described her work. I alter mine from round to square. This is a little box with a lid, and I really like to decorate the bottoms of my pieces with different things. Another piece, adding elements is something I like to do when I get it off of the wheel. And I hope to be teaching classes. I'm new. I was not at the Craft Center in the past. So I'm a new instructor and I'm excited to be a part of it. And I can't wait to see what the facility looks like when it's completed and we can get in there. And I hope to be teaching classes on the wheel and decorating surfaces.
Fantastic, Nancy. We're super excited to have you. And you're also going to be teaching one of the preview classes online. I think it's later today, right?
Yeah, 2:30.
Yeah, 2:30. I'll be ready. Great, Nancy. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, Sarah, if you are up for unmuting yourself and introducing yourself, that would be great.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, hi, I'm Sarah Winston, and I'm a weaver, a dyer, and embroiderer, so a textile artist. I will be teaching a shibori class, and here is an example of what we'll be doing. So using very simple dyes. I normally work with natural dyes. Most of my work is natural dyes, and here is some examples of colors I just finished with, this is all using natural dyes. And I am looking forward to, share my interest in textile. My influence are really multicultural because I worked for 12 years as a collection manager at Mingato National Museum. So my influence is from all over the world, and I like to incorporate that in my work. I hope that at some point when we all get together in person, that I could teach an introduction to, so we'll be working on a loom that I built like this, and we'll be doing some basic tapestry using the natural dyes that fibers that we will have dyed. And the return of the Craft Center, what it means to me, when I was in 2000, when I was a student at San Diego State University in the applied design program, I really felt like I needed to learn the real basic groundwork of weaving, and the Craft Center was there. And it was a huge help because I really learned to warp that loom and do all the things that were really necessary so that I could really function at a higher level in the graduate program. So I'm very thankful that the Craft Center was there, and I'm so excited to be 21 years later, I know, part of that experiment. So I'm so thankful, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, Sarah, thank you so much. We're so excited to have you. And I will tell you that I'm wearing my jeans right now that you taught me how to Sachiko stitch a little bit on. So I'm proof. I'm proof of Sarah's magnificent talents. So thank you so much. It's great.
So glad. Thank you. Thank you, Anika. Bye, everybody.
Suzanne, are you ready to unmute yourself and introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, I am. Hi, I'm Suzanne Balestree, and I'm a fused glass or kiln formed glass artist. I've been doing it for about 13 years. And when I initially started out, I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I took some classes at UCSD Craft Center. I took some of the metalsmithing jewelry making classes. And in fact, that's where I met Tara. And then I also took some glass classes there, and then really decided to pursue that. So I'm hoping to be able to bring some kit projects to you guys initially until we get everything situated. But yeah, so like doing little mail kits where I would be sending you components to assemble a piece or a couple of pieces. So like this is kind of showing, I don't know if you can see that, like how you would adhere the pieces to the base of the glass, and then you would send it back to me and I would fire it in my kilns, and then you'd get, a piece fired back that's you can use as a tile or a coaster or whatever. So yeah, I'm just really excited. It's like, I love how it's kind of come full circle where I kind of started out at the craft center. Sorry, that's my dog shaking himself in the back. And then, you know, getting to be a part of the 2.0. So thanks everyone. Look forward to meeting you.
Great. Thanks so much, Suzanne. And Suzanne made a really cool video about her process that you can also view if you register for it on our For the Love of Craft website. You'll be able to download, and she made just an amazing video on her process. So thank you so much, Suzanne. Great. Lisa, are you up for unmuting yourself and introducing yourself?
Yes, I am. Unfortunately, the gardeners are next door, so if it gets loud, I apologize.
That's okay. This is the craft center. I like to say, don't panic. It's organic.
Okay. Well, I'm Lisa Maywood, and I am also a glass artist in stained glass and fused glass work. And if I join the craft center, which I hope all goes well, I will be teaching stained glass to everyone who wants to learn that. Unfortunately, I don't have a piece here because I'm home right now, but I do have some fused glass work that I've done. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this bowl, but you know, I've been doing it all my life. I started in high school at the age of 15, and ever since then, I never really stopped. And eventually I went to Europe and studied for 3.5 years. And when I came back, I opened my own stained glass business. So I work on commission for people and also doing objects for sale as well. And I taught at Art Academy of San Diego for about 15 years until the pandemic hit. And I just want to keep on teaching. And this seems like it would be a lovely opportunity. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Lisa. We're super excited to have you. Definitely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Susan Wickstrom, are you ready to unmute yourself and introduce yourself?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yep. Hi, everyone. I'm hoping there's a day I can meet a lot of you in person. And I want to thank you, Annika, for having me on board. I'm really grateful. I grew up in San Diego. I know there's not a lot of natives. And I grew up in La Jolla. So sometimes we would go to the library at UCSD, that funky looking library, to study in high school. I never dreamed that I would be able to teach on campus and virtually for UCSD. I've been a professional artist for over 30 years. I have a bachelor arts degree from USC and also a minor in business. So I've been very fortunate. I've been able to put some of my art skills and merge them with business. I have an apparel line. I've been very fortunate. I've been able to do some collaborations with some of my collage work with some different brands and have some of my artwork on apparel, which has been really fun. I also have artwork on the TV show Modern Family. I don't know if you guys have heard of that show, but almost every time there's a scene, I see my artwork on the walls, which has been really fun and exciting. My degree is in painting, but I do a lot of mixed media and collage. Here's something that's an example. Everything's hand cut and hand painted and layered. So nothing's photoshopped. These are on wood panels. I'm going to be teaching photo image transfer. This is packing tape. And I started to do a collage on the background. So hopefully some of the components I may teach on Saturday could get incorporated into collage. And then also I do collage cigar boxes that I sell online too. They're all handmade. But some of these images can go into things like this, and maybe we can do a kit or something with the craft center. And I'll close in saying that I walked onto the campus and externally saw the new craft center after orientation with a mask on, and I was completely blown away. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I think everyone is going to have a state-of-the-art classroom, no matter what. Every classroom looked amazing. So I hope that all of you can get a chance at some point when it's the right time to walk on campus and kind of cruise a perimeter. I was just really impressed, and I'm just grateful to be a part. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Susan. And not to embarrass you, but that piece behind you on your shelf that I love. Can you remind me again which fancy person has that?
Okay, so this is the original. I do reproduction. So this is all photo layered. I also do encaustic, which is wax. There's wax sealing all these layers. And there's a Polaroid in here. This is a really famous surfer, Jerry Lopez, who kind of opened up Pipeline in Hawaii. I do a lot of California imagery with ocean and surfing. And there is a huge version of this in Eddie Vedder's house. So he's one of the collectors of this, musician from Pearl Jam, because he collects artwork that has Polaroids. And I personally find it ironic because it's his beach house, but it's in Seattle. So there we go. So, yeah.
Oh, he's an artist, so
Yeah.
inexplicable. All right. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you. Up to
You're
meet
welcome.
everyone.
Excellent. All right, Adele, would you be up for unmuting yourself and introducing yourself now?
Hello, everyone. My name is Adele Sabo, and I have been teaching art for over a decade. And the age of my students range from preschool to senior citizens. So far, my oldest student has been a 101-year-old gentleman, and it was a privilege to work with him. And I work with many different materials. Tomorrow, I will have a preview class, hand sewing a lavender filled heart sachet, and all levels are welcome. My video is really detailed, and I want to include everyone who is interested because I think sewing is a life skill. And we can also do many other beautiful things in my class. This is a texture relief, and you would need only everyday items, really simple items like foil from your kitchen and leaves from the garden. And there is another example of that.
So nice.
And also, we could make some wire sculptures, and those contains also really simple ingredients: masking tape, metallic acrylic paint, Mod Podge, and a wooden stand with wires. I also like to paint, and I have some mixed media picture that you could use: watercolor, oil pastel, and chalk, and then make a collage with printing, and work with felt, creating these simple yet adorable birds.
Totally.
And so by my training, I am an attorney, and I worked as a criminal prosecutor for 3 years in Hungary. So I always understand those who would say, I have no talent for arts, I am not artistic at all, but I encourage you to come and join my class because you will have fun. That's one of my goals, to have fun. And I also want you to feel accomplished by creating something by yourself, no matter of the level of your experience. And hopefully you will learn something new, and then you can use that in any aspects of your life.
Thank you so much, Adele. We're so excited to have you. Adele was one of the first artists I talked to, I think my second week on the job. And so she's been through all of this with me from the beginning. So thank you so much, Adele. It's great to have you.
Thank you
And
very much. I appreciate that.
Good.
I look forward to.
Oh, thank you. All right, Lucy Wang, would you be up for unmuting yourself and introducing yourself?
Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Lucy Wen, and I'm the Chinese brush painting artist. And I taught in the old craft center for 16 years from 1996 to 2012. And I had very good memory of teaching over there. And I'm really happy we can start the new craft center again. And it's very honored to be able to teach in the craft center, to join everyone in here. And the class I'm going to teach is the Chinese brush painting, and it's watercolor, and they use this Chinese brush to paint. And the class is Chinese traditional art. And I have some examples here, and I'm going to have another one class tomorrow is teaching the rose flower and making the Valentine's Day card. And it's using very simple traditional Chinese brush painting technique. And this technique is called the freestyle painting. And it's really, it doesn't take too long to paint, but takes some practice, of course. And you can see it with a flower, just a few strokes, and you can make a flower. And my classes, I teach almost all the different subjects. This was one of the classes I taught last week. And it's a goldfish. You can see it's all the simple strokes. And this is for this year's Chinese New Year is going to be the year of the ox. So this was one of the painting. And I also teach the landscape painting too. And so you can see the subjects, and my painting, I use more vibrant colors, and I like to paint flowers with birds together. And so that's some of the examples I have. Usually in the before the class, you will receive the handout like this one, and first before the class, and so you can prepare the materials you need, and also you have the idea what you're going to paint. And like this is all the oceans creatures too. And so that's the things I'm teaching. And so well, it's a good opportunity to be able to teach in the course center, and I'm really happy about that. And thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome, Lucy. It's been a long wait. We've been talking to Lucy for years about getting back with the craft center. So thank you so much, Lucy. And I'm sorry, I realize it's, time is of the essence and we got to keep moving. We've got so many artists and too little time. So I'm going to go to Wesley French because he has to go teach pretty soon. So Wes, if you're ready, you can unmute yourself and please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Wes French. I'm a ceramicist that specializes in mold making and some mixed materials. My hope with the Craft Center is that I'm a transplant, and I've been here for about 10 years, but every student I swear that I've taught that's over the age of 10 says something about how amazing the Craft Center was and how it was the best place, and they love that community and wanted it to come back. And so I think it's just really cool to have the opportunity to help be a part of that. I was trying to get stuff together for the opening, but I don't have enough studio space at the moment. But I can show you guys a little bit of the stuff that I do, but I apologize, I'm at work on my phone. So I hope this isn't too like shaky, but I'll just run through it real quick.
Right on. Go Wes.
So yeah, how do you do that? There you go. So these are just some simple plaster molds I had laying around. They get more complicated, 3 parts, 6 parts. And then this is some of the work that came out of this series. This is an older piece that was just sitting around, but that's slip cast fabric hung on the wall. It just hangs in my office.
Wow.
But mold making also has other ways to be used, making metal. And this is a life-size cast iron broom.
Whoa.
And then here's a dust mop. And it was funny, it was in a show recently and it was leaning in the corner and the janitor grabbed it to use it. So I guess I did an okay job. And then this is just some more fun sort of abstract. This is molten aluminum into wood. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you guys, and then maybe the jewelry department, we can get together and do some jewelry casting as well.
Right.
So thanks for having me on. I'm gonna have to take off here in a minute.
Right on.
I appreciate it.
I know busy artists got places to be and people to teach. Right, Wes. Well,
Thanks.
thank you so much. It was great to see you, and take good care. And we're super excited to have you.
Thanks. See you.
Excellent. All right, Ryan, since you're friends with Wes, it seems like it makes sense for you to just go next.
Yeah, sure. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great. So yeah, I actually moved to San Diego at the same time as Wes did. We went to graduate school together at San Diego State. I have a bachelor's degree in ceramics from SUNY Buffalo. I've been doing ceramics since I was 15 also, started in high school and just never stopped. And then the last 7 years, I've been teaching at Miracosta College, all levels of ceramics. Before the pandemic, I was teaching at Southwestern College, Miramar College, a little bit at Palomar with Wes. And I helped start a couple nonprofits in ceramics, one of which is still kind of thriving at the Lux Art Institute. And then, yeah, I've been actually teaching with Nancy Barber too for the last few years during the summer. We teach little kids together. And then I've mostly worked on the wheel my whole life. Like I do, you know, little teapots and things. I'm doing a thing on Saturday on stemware. I do like all different types of stemware, like some intricate carving techniques, but like mostly I do abstract sculptural work. I do paintings and stuff too. Like here's a big tile that I made that's all framed in steel and all that. So there's kind of more abstract ceramic work, but I've worked on the wheel my whole life. So that's kind of my strong suit. And super excited to be a part of the Craft Center. It was, you know, ending right around what the time I got here in 2011. So I missed most of it. And it's just a huge breath of fresh life in the arts into San Diego. You know, when I start hearing about classes not filling and things shutting down and programs closing, to see such an amazing space like just grow out of nowhere again gives me a lot of encouragement to keep going, and to a lot of hope for the future at the Craft Center.
Oh, couldn't have said it better myself, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Well,
It's so
thank
great
you for
to have
having
you.
us.
My pleasure. Well,
Yeah.
and I think you all know each other too, so I'm just going to go with Chance. Chance, you're up.
Sure. Hey, Chance.
Hello. Can you guys see me?
Yeah, we can.
So my name is Chance Coulter, and yeah, I do know Ryan and Wes pretty well. I was in undergrad when they were doing their graduate work in ceramics. I'm over in the wood department though, and I am a San Diego native, so I have heard a lot about the Craft Center. Wasn't involved with it at all. I started teaching at Palomar College actually in 2013. So I've been teaching there ever since. And I've also taught in Maine, and I've taught in North Carolina, and I've taught in Australia and other places. So I really like to, when I have the time, go and experience new craft communities. And so I'm just really excited to be a part of the Craft Center that is going on at UCSD. And hopefully we can kind of build on the momentum from the initial project that I know had so much success. I have just, let's see if this works. I can pop this up. Okay. It's a little warped, but these are some stools that I just recently finished, and these are made on the lathe. And so I'm going to be doing a turning demonstration. I'm not exactly sure what types of classes I'll be teaching at the actual center, but tomorrow I'm doing a turning demonstration. So I'm going to be making a small bowl and also like doing some duplication, reworking the same piece. So really excited, and thanks for the opportunity.
My pleasure. Thanks so much. And poor Chance was one of the first people I talked to also when I started at the Craft Center, and I had even like, I just have a lot of enthusiasm, and luckily he's still here and still willing to take my phone calls.
All about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Who's my next victim? Christina. Christina, you're on, Sister Disco.
All righty. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who's tuning in right now. I am Christina Ng. I am a chef by day, chef by all the hours of the day. I'm super excited to be on at the UCSD Craft Center as the culinary arts instructor. Tomorrow is my demonstration. We're going to be learning how to make our own homemade fancy mustard, which really just means, where does mustard come from? How do we make it? And how do we make it suited to our tastes? I am a food science major, graduated from UC Davis. I am not formally trained in culinary school, but I've been cooking since I got out of college and just couldn't shake the bug. I work primarily with Very Good Food, which is a local nonprofit that aims to get everyone closer to the source of their food. And along with the Craft Center, I hope to bring in a lot of our fun chef partners to come and join the culinary arts program. I would really love the emphasis, and COVID has really kind of pushed us into really paring down things and really getting back to basics. I can't see everyone's hands here, but I know there are people out there who did the sourdough thing, did the banana bread thing, did the, and that's amazing. We all got back into the kitchen, we got back to basics, and we got back to taking control of what we consume. And I think that's going to be the baseline for what we teach and how I teach my classes, which is to get us to understand where our food comes from. And when we can do that, it's only going to be better for us. So thank you, Annika. Thank you, Helen Kagan in the background, who introduced me to the opportunity. And I look forward to meeting and cooking with all of you.
Thanks so much, Christina. Every time I talk to you, I get really hungry. I just have to say. And I'm going to take just a minor detour because her name has come up a few times. And Helen, are you willing to unmute yourself and just introduce yourself to this crowd, many of who
Sure.
you know, and we love you?
Well, thank you, Annika. It's such an honor to be included with this really exciting, creative, talented group of people. I am just an artist wannabe, but I got pulled into the Craft Center project because there are so many amazing people there. I mean, like Tara and Ellen and others, so many others that I can't name, but they all inspired me so much. And it was a hard time in my life because I was taking care of my parents and my son. I was in what they call a sandwich generation. And the Craft Center was the one place I could go once a week to kind of just forget everything and relax and have fun and be inspired by all the beautiful art that everybody was making there. And it was an amazing place because you just never knew what you would find there. Sometimes it was a beginner who would do just something so totally unexpected and inspiring, or somebody very advanced like Ellen, who would do amazing things too. But every day was like a big fun surprise there. So I'm so excited to see it come back. And thank you, Annika, for everything you've done, because Annika, you've been an amazing leader. I've been so inspired by you because your enthusiasm seems to never end. and you just give people energy by being so energetic and so optimistic, and you're such a good problem solver. So, you know, I get very inspired by working with you.
Oh man, Helen, thank you so much. And I wouldn't have this chance to be as enthusiastic as I am if it wasn't for Helen, because truly, I mean, she's going to deny this, but if it wasn't for Helen and her advocacy, Craft Center 2.0 would not exist. So big cheers for Helen. And just because we're closing in on close to the top of the hour, we have to get to the next artist. Let's see, who's not been tagged yet? Oh, I think Valerie, you on?
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm very honored to be part of this program. My name is Valerie Gibran. Hearing all those great, talented artists like speaking before me, I feel a little bit shy, but I will be teaching surfboard shaping. I've been shaping for 10 years as a hobby, but I have my brand out, and if you're a surfer, you've probably seen some of my board in the lineup. And it will be my first time teaching that art at UCSD. I was actually a student before at UCSD, so coming back to UCSD is very special to me. And what is even more special is that I will be teaching my students to make their own surfboard, which if you're a surfer, you know the relationship between the surfboard and the surfer. And so it's very exciting to me to be the one who will be guiding them and helping them to get their own surfboard. And actually, I opened a collaboration with all the other artists because what surfer likes is to have nice artwork on their surfboard. So if we can collaborate with all those great painters and artists to have like a surfboard with a special design on it, that would be awesome. So excited. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, you're so welcome, Valerie. And her boards are stunning. It's mermaid surfboards. And she's also being really, really humble, as all of you are. She's a kick-ass scientist by day, and she is an amazing shaper. She has the respect and adulation of a really tough crowd of shapers, local shapers. And so I'm so excited to have begged Valerie.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And I think we've got Izzy here. If Izzy can, yay! Hi, Izzy. How's it going?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Oh, excellent. Well, thanks for letting me be part of this. You know, I was teaching at the Craft Center prior. And I run a gallery studio about 25 years now in Ocean Beach. It's been a pretty tough go last year, but things are working out well. Along with Ellen and Nancy, I'm a member of the San Diego Potters Guild. I really enjoy teaching and I really enjoy learning. And you actually learn a lot from your students, you know. Some things you see, they don't realize that it's not supposed to be done a certain way. And that's a good idea. It could work in a different way. I mean, I like to take the students from where they are at their level, what they're ready to learn. You know, I like to say that to center the clay, you must be centered, or the clay will not center. And you can see the students when they first come in and they're chatting and they're kind of off and they kind of find their zone and just get lost in the clay. I really want to thank Helen Kagan for just being who she is, and Annika for, you know, really making this place happen. And I don't have work right now with me, but I did have a video recently made of what I'm doing, and I can send it to you. It's done professionally, and it'll be fun to be part of the program again.
Yeah, definitely. Izzy, it's great to have you. And are there any other artists? I can only see postage stamps, so I'm sorry if I've forgotten anyone. If you are a Craft Center artist, please unmute yourself and speak up. Or did we get everybody? Wow, I think that's amazing. Well, I have to duck out because I have to go queue up Tara's demo. So I'm going to let Liz Bradshaw from our fabulous special events and protocol, who I actually have to give a huge shout out to her and her team, as well as Marina Bogdanova on our team, who without all of them, I would not be standing or sitting, whatever I am doing today. I would be under my desk cowering in fear. So thank you guys all so much for coming. You know, especially the artists for getting us to this stage of the game, and the fun is yet to happen. We're gonna get in the building and we'll be inviting you guys to come, you know, in a safe and sane manner, to come check out your new studio spaces and help us make them perfect for everyone. So thank you so much. Bye.